Welcome back to You're
Done.
Done, the podcast for the girls, gays, and theys. Hosted by me, Brendan.
And me, Tasha. And on our podcast, we talk about whatever we want. So strap in or strap on, because today we're yapping about
Love is Blind, Ohio! Yay!
Ohio.
Ohio.
Oh, Ohio.
Yeah, it's middle America, the truest
truest
form of middle America.
The truest form.
What a season.
What a season. What toxicness was we got?
It was a season of highs and lows.
It was a season of highs and lows. There was a lot of love. There was some love and
some like really cute, like beautiful, like this experiment works. And then there was some
like
demons.
Some you clearly know. It's what, season 10?
Yeah,
so
season
it's clearly
10.
Still people that are there for clout.
Yeah.
And then some that are truly like, I want to trust this experience and this experiment.
But it's funny. And if you have not watched it, catch up, but we'll give you the whole thing.
It's already finished. Well, the reunion is tomorrow.
But the whole idea of like the one couple that we'll talk about later who like they get married, they're not really featured that much because it's like there's not a lot of conflict.
Yeah, because they're just
it's
perfect.
just like it worked. The experiment worked.
Yeah.
And then Love is Blind's like, how do we make this worse?
Yeah. How do we, as a producer,
ruin this for you?
How do we Gia gun this situation?
Do you believe in milk and cookies? Do you know? Have you heard this?
Yes, I have heard it. Apparently, the producers know how.
Believe in milk and cookies. Yeah. So today we're talking everything Love is Blind season 10 Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to recap the season. We're going to talk about our favorite couples. We're going to talk about the craziest moments. We'll give you some insight into like what we think they were doing, why they did this, maybe some juicy gossip that I've collected from the internet.
Ooh. I finished watching this morning, so it's all fresh in the noggin, but I've tried really to avoid social so I wouldn't get any like spoilers.
Yeah.
And I did a good job because I didn't really know anything, but here we are to chat about
Normally I get spoiled, but this I was able to not get spoiled for the marriage episode, like the last one. So I felt good about that. But almost all of it, I was like, well, I knew it before it was happening.
Oh, okay.
Which is fine. I don't mind that. That's not really, that doesn't bother me.
I fast forward a lot.
You're like, done. But before we get into that, we should do a catch up because it's been a little while.
It's been a while.
The catch up. Okay, so my You're Done story for this week / last 2 weeks is, have I told you that I've been having like issues with my jaw?
Yes.
Okay, so like for those of you who haven't heard,
an issue with his jaw.
My jaw.
I'm just gonna leave it there.
Wink, whatever. It's actually not from what you think it's from.
Whatever.
But it'll like click. It'll get sore. I've never gotten it like fully locked. Yeah, basically. I've never had it like fully locked. But after some time, I was like, okay, I'm going to go to the dentist and I'll tell them about it. And they referred me to this like John Payne clinic. So I've been seeing a specialist for it now.
Is his name John Payne?
John Payne. No, her name is Brittany.
Okay.
But she's been doing like treatments. So I go like twice a week, and I have to go twice a week for 8 weeks. It's insane.
What?
Yeah, girl. And the way that they do it, so there's like some exercises she gives me, but then the main thing is that I spend 15 minutes and she gives me the most intense, painful face massage I've ever had in my life. Like, I feel like I've been beaten up by the time this is over.
So like a vocal massage.
What's that?
It's a massage that you can add on to your regular massage, or you can get it by itself, and it's in your jaw. Like they put their hands in your mouth.
Yeah, she puts her hand in my mouth.
Yeah, it's a vocal.
Yeah, she goes so hard, and because it's so frequent, I'm still pretty sore.
Yeah.
So this last time, like I have been in pain, but I've never been in pain where I like involuntarily started crying.
Did you cry, Mamacita?
I had like tears rolling down my eye, and she's like, "Is it too much?" I'm like, keep going. Because I know that it's like for a good reason, but holy
will this allow you to open your jaw more?
No, it's that it'll so basically what she explained to me is that I hold basically all my stress in my face. And so do you know how like your jaw like joint works?
Yeah, I also like what's called grind my teeth so I have a mouth guard.
Okay. So you know how you have the disc that like goes in and out between the joint? I guess because I'm so like stressed, my muscle pulls the disc out of place. That's why it clicks. So this whole thing is about like relaxing it and then being mindful. But literally every time I walk out of there and I'm like,
how many weeks are you in?
I'm only like 2 weeks in. I have like 6 more weeks. Yeah. This lady is going to be like, by the end, beat me up. She's like, you need to ice your face twice a day. I'm like, yeah, because you hurt me. You abused me. You should also
ask her to do like, you know how, like a gua sha?
Gua sha, yeah.
Yeah, might as well
gua sha. Yeah, just do a lymphatic drain. See if we can take this face down like a half a size.
Listen, I've done a Brazilian lymphatic before.
Did it work?
And like you would think that it does nothing because they're literally like basically petting you.
Yeah.
Right? But I peed like 9 times in like an hour and a half after it's
finished. I've heard that's what happens.
You release toxins, y'all. It works.
So
these are your benefits.
Yeah, she's sending me like, I have like face massage I have to do, strengthening things. So like by the end, I think I'm gonna have like the most intense, like so fierce, like handsome Squidward.
Handsome Squidward.
Yeah. Put that picture up.
Sure. Handsome Squidward.
Anyways, that's my year done. We'll see me in 8 weeks and see if I'm better. Chiseled.
Got it. So my year done.
Yeah, tell me.
So y'all, I am planning a trip with my husband in October to Japan.
Nice.
Okay.
Konnichiwa.
Thank you.
Arigato gozaimasu.
Okay. But like, so obviously I'm doing research of flights. It's like long in advance, so I want to get a good price.
Yeah.
For weeks, I've had it saved in like my Air Canada app. It was like $1,300.
Okay.
Right? For weeks, direct.
Okay.
Right? We go for boozy brunch yesterday, and I was like, you know what? Let's just get the tickets now.
We got money.
It's $1,600. It went up $300.
I have like a Google flight thing for 2 things, and
to give me like those like alerts.
Yeah, but it's like they're so all over the place. Sometimes like it went down 40, and now it's like up 120. I'm like, I don't know when to buy.
It's just too much. And so then I look. Obviously, we would prefer the direct.
Yeah.
But then now I'm looking at like layovers, which are not too bad actually. Like
in
the
like
2
Vancouver
hour. No, in Chicago.
Oh, okay.
Right, so it's not too bad. But I'm like, I'm plagued by the. Do you wait to see if the direct will go down?
Yeah.
But I doubt it will. But then like, if I wait and then we're screwed, or do we just go with the like the cheaper one?
Yeah.
For the layover. And like it's really been boggling up my mind, y'all.
Yeah,
like all night. I was like,
gamble.
It's such a gamble. And so I think that we're landing on the layover because it's like almost $500 cheaper.
That's significant for $200 for
it's like a 2-hour flight to Chicago,
yeah. Okay.
2-hour layover, and then a 12-hour flight versus just the 13-hour flight straight from Toronto.
Yeah, I mean. That does for $500. I think that's worth it.
I think it's worth it, but it's just like it's just. Well, I'm okay when a flight goes up a 100. This went up literally almost $300 and something.
So you know what we need to do is put in that flight tracker for Paris for Beyonce. We have to just start guessing when we think it's going to be.
Yeah,
we'll just start because we're going.
The ticket price.
We will see you, Beyonce.
Beyonce, we will be in Paris.
Yeah.
Are you happy to be in Paris?
We.
Yeah, because she said if the price is the price, the price is the price.
The price.
You know when people are like, "Oh my god, it's so expensive," I'm like, it costs what it needs to cost.
Yeah. The thing about we're getting off topic, but the thing about Beyonce is that after having been to her concerts and then going to other ones, the ticket price is worth what you're getting.
It's
that lady sings for 3.5 hours. It's the craziest production you've ever seen.
Yeah,
you're
and
like,
she teaches you lessons.
She gets right into your soul, and
so
I'm like, you know what? It's fine. Whatever, take it.
We're just waiting for Act 3, clearly.
Yeah.
But yes, as we think about things that are worth it.
So do you
think all the men's them or the women's them on Love is Blind are worth it?
Who do you think from the Love is Blind season 10 cast is a Beyonce fan? Let's start there. And who's somebody who's never even heard of her?
Okay.
Because I'm pretty sure the grifter named Alex will have said he saw her once.
He'd be like, "Oh, I hung out with her in a VIP
I actually stayed in her house in Austin.
Whatever.
While I was between Cleveland and Austin.
Yeah. Yeah. I do think that I think that what's her name? Like Brittany W. When she's not too busy being asked for like her man to tell her that she's beautiful every 5 seconds would be I actually do think that what's her name? Christine.
Who married?
I think Christine is. I think she's a
She's
stan.
like Beyonce's #1 fan.
I think she's a stan. Yeah. And then I think Taylor.
Yeah.
Taylor said, don't mess with my girl. I believe it. I believe it. I love how hood she is.
Yeah.
She says what she needs to say.
She sure does. So, okay, before we like deep dive into the couples, like what was your general thoughts about this season? Was it good? Was it...
As you said before, there are highs and there are lows. There was love and there was hate. I think that this one had a good variety.
That should be their new tagline, not sight unseen. Love and hate.
Love and hate. There was a good variety of information that was like spewed throughout the whole thing. I think what they've done this season and last season is interesting because I fast forward a lot, especially during the pods. But last season I did the same thing and I should have learned my lesson, is that like people got engaged in the first damn episode. Right?
Who was it this time?
This was Christine and Vic.
Oh, they said, we're ready.
We're done.
Right?
And so the last one, their names are in my head, but like I can see them. It was from the first episode. So I think what they're trying to do now, because the pods can sometimes be very like dry. They're like, we don't want you to leave.
Right.
And wait for the good in episode 3. So they start to put in those moments, edit it down, so that you get like an engagement or a reveal in the first episode.
I did appreciate that this time around. I thought the editing was a bit better.
Yeah.
The thing is that I will never understand. So the first couple, what are their names? The Emma and Mike. So if you are just listening, Emma is I think her background is Chinese. She was adopted and she had the like skin tags removed and whatever. And they were very not sure about kids.
Yes. I will say for this, if I interrupt you for one second.
No, please go ahead.
This is the first season, which I appreciated, that they had someone with a visual something that's different. That like, unless they tell you and then you see it, you can truly see if love is blind. Because of that.
Totally.
I really do think they need to bring back some uggos.
I'm telling you,
there needs to be Brendan's some, like, super uggos.
Brendan's Love is Blind, ugly only. I'm telling you, that's my version that I am gonna pitch.
But I need it to be like the 1-in-1.
It would be like,
I need one to be like Bob down.
Love is Blind, all stars, all uglies.
No, because you need half uglies and half not. The whole point is to see if,
Love is Blind, have and have nots.
Have and have nots. But with Emma, like I really appreciated that finally they would cast someone that she is gorgeous, but that like maybe the guy would not be able to handle or whatever it may be once they see her. So I was appreciative of that, but he did a good job. Like I don't think that ever.
No. But the thing about the kids, like you should not have got engaged. Like there's some things that I'm like, there's these conversations that I'm like, yeah, okay, you've talked so much about each other, but like, or Alex and whatever her name was.
We'll get there.
Mega Barbie.
We'll get
like,
there.
How have you not had these conversations?
Well, the thing is with Emma and Mike, which I agree with you, and I think this now, that they shouldn't have got engaged because like she's not going to change her mind on kids in 3 weeks, which is pretty much the duration of this. But she did provide breadcrumbs to him. In which he's like, maybe she could change her mind. There'd be times she would bring it up on her own. Right. So I think he was like, maybe. But ultimately, let's discuss this. She really, imagine being in the show and watching it back later, because he was not her first choice, but she made it seem after the first one ditched her, she was like, well, I'll go talk to my other.
I guess this one,
this was always my first.
So this is my, I think, so if you've listened to our podcast, we've done, this is our third or fourth Love is Blind episode, I'm pretty sure.
I think third, but who knows?
But I think what we should start doing is each couple reviewing whether or not we think they were there for the right reasons. I do not think that they were there. I think they both had ulterior motives.
Really?
Because from what you just said about Emma, I'm pretty sure that she is hoping to like parlay this into, I think they both were. Because how could kids be such an important thing to you and you're willing to go through this whole thing? Like it was anybody who made it to the wedding who clearly was never going to get married. Those are the people that I'm like, you just wanted to be on.
Clout?
I think they did it to be on the show to the end. Yes.
I feel like, I don't know if I can peg Mike as that type of person.
However,
his mother wanted nothing to do. When she found out that Emma didn't want kids, she was like, shut the cameras off.
Turn the cameras, dead ass.
Dead ass.
Dead ass.
Yeah. I don't know if I agree with that. At least with this couple. He didn't give me the like, I want to be famous vibe.
So
he gave, I want to be in a relationship and married vibe.
I mean, okay, so let me clarify.
With a child.
I don't know if influencer would be maybe the end goal, but they wanted to be on the show for the entirety, whatever that means. Because otherwise, why would you go to the wedding? You knew you both weren't going to say yes. So then what are you doing?
In the heat of the moment, walking down the aisle, seeing your family on one side or the other, maybe something would click.
No.
Like there'd be a moment you're like, wow.
Would you ever have done this?
I could do the show. I think I could do the show. Because ultimately you could say no. You can say no, right? Like, whereas in, like, we've talked about this, like, married at first sight, you're married. You're legally married. This one, you're dating and engaged, but then you can say no, as we've seen.
Yeah, but the thing that I struggle with this, and Vic and Christine are the example of it, is that...
Are we skipping to them?
No.
Okay.
Well, we can go to them, but that's not the point of this. But that, like, when you look at the different couples that are there are ones that made good TV, and then there are ones that made The Experiment good. And ultimately, Love is Blind is a TV show. The Experiment doesn't really matter. It's just the framework in which you put people in to make good TV. True. And so I think, like, I would go on the show and say, we're about to make history. We're about to make history. And then I would get to the end and I would have never had an intention of saying no. Yes.
I'm thinking, okay.
And I think that would make
I'm thinking the show and The Experiment as one.
And I think that most people now
really, like, it's when you just hear about someone or you're talking to them and you build a bond, I can see that. Without physically seeing them.
Right. And there are a couple of people where that has really worked out well for them. Yeah. But I truly think ultimately in the end, this is a show to be entertaining. And some people, I think, go on it to be a part of the show, not be a part of The Experiment.
So then my question is, did you find Mike entertaining?
I found that the tension between he wants to have kids and she doesn't, and the fact that she was, and the fact that, like, she did have those, like, the like some of, like, disfiguration, like, I think all of that.
Disfiguration.
Well, what's the right word? Is that not? What would you call it?
Not she's disfigured.
Is that what would you call it?
not that she's disfigured. Disfiguration.
I made up a word to insult her, which is really not the point. I was not trying to insult her. She had what would you call it?
Well, now I feel on the spot.
Yeah, it's not. She has
something that makes her different than others.
She had difference.
Yeah.
Yes,
she has a visual
difference. Thank you.
That is different than what other people
so
have.
She has a visual difference which plays directly into the ethos of the show.
Yeah,
that'll make it interesting. Were they interesting? No, they could have been. This is partially why I'm like, if you're really gonna go for it, go for it. Go crazy. Go dramatic. Don't give me this. Don't give me this kind of dull like. No, I'm getting you. We not. Go wild. Scream at his mom.
Okay, question.
Tell her she's...
Did you think that he actually liked her? Or was he using... So there were some moments that I was like, she doesn't want to have kids. So you're using that as the ploy to get out, but you actually might not really like her.
To her. I mean...
So that was my thought.
This is why I think the reunion will be very interesting, because I think that may come up. But she never said it in any of her cutaways.
No, I'm just thinking... us watching.
Yeah.
Did he just want some excuse to get out? Because he knows that, like, you're not going to change this girl's mind in 3 weeks of having a child. I don't know if he, like, really liked her after seeing her.
I'm not sure, but I also don't think that, like, to be honest, like, what she had was not that crazy. Like, it wasn't...
No, I don't mean the visual. I'm saying, like, if he didn't really... I just don't know if like he truly liked her that much. So he's like, I'll use this as my situation to get out, because I'm saying when he was like, I don't want you to be 75%. I don't want you to even be 99.9. I need you to be 100. She's not going to be 100 in 3 weeks. Yeah. So that's what I'm thinking, that he was like, this is my opportunity to get out without looking like an asshole.
Maybe. The other thing that I just found...
And he's bland.
He is bland. Also, there's somebody did not to drag him, but somebody did a screenshot of, like, one of his arms is like fully tattooed and the other, and it's shaved. He shaves his arm. Okay. The other arm looks tattooed, but it's just so hairy.
Oh no.
Yeah. Which is like, whatever.
He just shaves one side?
He just saves one arm. But yeah, I don't know. I also think this particular topic was very interesting to me as a like queer person and having children, and the fact that you can't have children naturally, and like she doesn't maybe want to do that because
she's
of like
nervous about the health like section.
And they never really talked about that.
But
they
he
never
did
got
say one
into
thing that like when he said it, I was like, exactly. Like, my girl, we are in 2026. You can get tested to find out what background things that you have, if there's any kind
genetic
of medical
testing is real.
testing.
Yeah.
Right. So when he said that to her, I was like, duh.
Yeah. But also just like, I mean, they didn't talk about whether or not they would just like adopt or like do any other things. And I was like, so now that you're saying it, I'm like, maybe he was using it as this way because
he never
there are a lot of
ways.
options.
Exactly.
There are a lot of
any other ways.
Because like, even if you say she is 100%, but what if she has like things that doesn't allow her to have children? So it's like,
okay, so I've unlocked something. Oh, okay. Well,
but they didn't show that. We had to talk about it. Did they get married? We need to do. Did they get married? Big red
and
circle.
He said. Who said no first?
She said
no first, I think.
No, she said yes, and he said no.
Oh shit,
which was the gag about it.
I actually don't think I could come back from that.
No.
If I'm the one that said yes, and then you say no.
Well, and that's what I found really weird was that at the end, and this is why I don't
think go there. Yeah, because I know who you're talking about.
No, about them. I'm still talking about them when they had their like after he said no, and they're sitting together, and she didn't seem that upset.
Okay.
I'm like, see, you weren't into that. You were here you were like, I made it to episode 12.
Got it. But some people that make it to the end are not even as exciting as ones that like cut off earlier.
I know.
Anyways,
okay.
Let's go to my favorite couple.
Okay.
Christine and Vic. I believe that this season was created. No, but you say bore, but like this is the point. No. Stop it. Yes, it is for entertainment, but it's also, if we look back at Cameron and Lauren, who are my favorite couple, season 1, right? Who have been married this whole time, just recently had a baby.
Yeah, congratulations.
At the end of the day, it's still like your life, right?
Yeah.
We want to be entertained, but then also I don't want you to be like...
Yeah, you're not playing a character. You are playing yourself.
You're playing yourself. Mm-hmm. And like we talk about, some people go on for clout and some people go on for love. They went on for love. And we needed a love story. We needed a love story in this season. And we haven't had a love story like them in a while. And from the moment they met, I believed it. I was like, they're going to get married.
Yes. But okay. So I agree with everything you said. Producer brain
no negativity.
No, there will be some. Not about them. It's not about them. They're lovely. They both seem like, actually, like, I'm like, I would really love to hang out with you. I'd love to like really grab a drink with you or tea if you're whatever. Anyways, the thing about them, I have many gripes about this. So last season, if you remember, season 9, Love is Blind, not a single couple ended up together. Not a single one. So they were like, we're going in on our 10th season. We cannot have another season 9. We need to have people. Yeah. They said, so normally they only pick 5 couples or 6 couples or whatever, and they had the most couples they've ever followed. That was they've never had this many, and they say that, and the reason you first find that out is because when it goes from pods to Mexico, they put up a thing saying we had so many couples.
5 couples go to Mexico. One
did not. It's the biggest season of Love is Blind there ever has been.
It said that?
Yes.
I don't recall that.
And this is the problem.
Didn't he not have a passport?
I don't think that's it. I think what the problem was is they said, you're not going to give us anything interesting because you're not really connected to any of the other couples. You don't talk to them. You don't have drama. You're going to get married.
No, they would never.
And so,
no, because there's been boring couples that have gone to Mexico before.
But they always have some tangential relationship to the other people. These two, they don't interact with anybody else except for the one thing.
They actually announced it or something on socials, but I skipped past it.
Here's my theory. So this is the thing. They said, we know you're going to get married and you're going to give us a win. So you need to be a part of it. But they don't even have the money. They sent them to where? Malibu or somewhere?
Yeah, they went to Malibu.
And then they had to film their own cutaways. You couldn't even give them one cameraman. Like, this is the thing. You did these. You played these people so dirty. You said, you have to film your own show. Thank you so much. We don't get anything of them.
I honestly think it's because of the passport.
No. I'm sure he had a passport. I think you had to have a passport to even be on the show.
That's my thoughts too.
Yeah.
But like, how?
They wouldn't have even. No.
But there's
it's correct.
Like,
Keep
you're
going.
boring, so stay in Malibu.
Yes.
While everyone else goes over
Correct. And then they were like, okay, and you can move in and we won't even show you guys together. For like almost 8 episodes, we see them once.
True.
And they're like, well, we're in love.
True.
And I'm like, yeah, I'm so happy for you. But like, isn't this... So this is my whole thing about the show.
Okay.
There's Love is Blind the show. There's Love is Blind the experiment. They are a success story about Love is Blind the experiment.
Correct.
You would think you would want to showcase that more, to be like, look, come on the show. This really works.
A fair point.
But in reality, they're like, we actually don't give a flying fuck about you because you're going to get married at the end and live happily ever after. And we're going to drag you out for every reunion for the rest of time, like Cameron and Lauren. They're going to bring them out and they're going to say, look, we did it. Now go away. Because they love a success story, but they don't care about the success story.
Okay,
and these people
I have one more point to put that out. The cover photo of this season is them.
Correct. Why?
It's them.
Why? Because it proves the point of the experiment, but not the point of the show. It's not entertaining.
I will tell you, I shed some tears during their wedding.
It was so beautiful.
It was just very genuine. Like when
his mom meeting her, so cute.
Like I just felt in the sea of the drama, I needed some light. In many seasons, I needed some light. And we'll get to the drama.
Yeah.
I just needed to feel warmth.
Yes.
And I truly believed them.
But don't play in these people's faces. Give them the full experience.
See, I'm gonna do some research to find out why they didn't have
I tried, and a
camera crew.
They say so. The Reddit. I
saw that Christine did like a video about like why they weren't in, but I just skipped past it.
I don't think it's real. The Reddit is saying that it's because the producers are saying it's because they didn't have any connection to the other couples, and so it just wasn't like.
So they didn't make any. No, are you saying connections as in like dated other people, or essentially just
both?
Yeah, because some people that were in in Cabo didn't date each other.
No, but if you looked at the couples,
they could just be friends.
But every couple that went to Mexico had some kind of, either the guy was friends with the guy, the girl was friends with the girl dated. There was some.
So you're saying that
web, and that's how
Vic had no friends. They only had each other
because they were like happily in love, and they were like, we're not going to cause any drama. The craziest thing is her mom is old. Like,
yeah, her mom is a little frail.
Well, because her mom is super old. Because in the marriage episode, she talks about having a niece who is older than her.
Yeah.
Which means she has a sibling who's super old.
Right.
We thought it was her grandma, but it turns out it's her mom.
Okay. Well, let's just leave it with Christine and Vic. We wish you the best.
Yeah.
Now let's get into some drama.
They're going to have the hottest, tallest babies ever.
Gorgeous children.
These like gazelles that just walk out of her.
Gallop.
Yeah. Yeah. And this is the thing. The experiment does work.
It does work.
But that's not what is interesting.
Fair.
Anyways,
it is still television.
Now let's talk about those fucking shitheads.
Okay, let's go to Amber and Jordan.
Oh, this is another really beautiful story, actually.
We're talking about the ones that okay, first and foremost, let's say the negative things first.
Well,
I will say, Mama, you're 33.
Okay, I was gonna say,
I
was gonna say, what happened?
It's just that, like,
is it skin damage?
I think it's the sun. I think she forgot to put on her SPF 50.
She's
no tea, no shade.
I am actually such a big fan of her. Yeah,
and
maybe my
favorite part of the entire season is when she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna post up behind," like when they have the reveal.
Oh,
and she stands by the illuminated wall, and she's like literally like doing the best pose of 10 seasons.
Eddie and I were cackling.
10 seasons. I was with Karan when we watched that, and she just said, "Pose, bitch, pose."
Okay, so my favorite part, that was iconic. My favorite part of her is when they're doing they're at the bowling thing with all the other couples.
Like, wanted to
she goes up to Chris, and she's like, "Well, you're too short to be acting like that."
That part.
She said whatever what everyone else is thinking about.
Bust him in the teeth.
So, okay, I have thoughts about this one too, obviously.
So, okay, wait.
You go.
So I also appreciate when people with like children come too, because it adds complexity.
I was gonna say I don't like that so much.
Why? It's real life, right? When we talk about if you want the drama, if you want the realness, right? Like we have to like showcase the real, right?
Yeah.
And so I appreciate that she had a kid because it's something he has to see.
But I also just don't think you should be putting a kid through that. That's my personal.
But you also need to like find a way of love, and like just because you have a child doesn't mean you can't try to figure out your life.
I guess, and I just think that like I don't know if he had said no. I was like, literally, as I was watching that, I was like, if you say no, I will come and find you, man.
Yeah,
because you cannot traumatize that little girl.
I know, and like, because she was bigger, right? She's 7.
She's 8
or 8.
You cannot traumatize that little girl.
At first, I was like, because I was still trying to get her personality, I was a little like curious if she'd be icked by Jordan. He's a bigger guy. I think he's actually really cute.
Yeah.
Like he has beautiful
He's a teddy bear.
eyes. He's a teddy bear. And like I actually really appreciated that she like loved him for who he was.
Yeah. I actually think that like her
they go together.
Yeah, they sort of fit. I've seen that couple many times. It's a very Calgary couple. You'll find that roaming around the suburbs of Calgary.
I love it. He's like, oh, my stomach's just like falling out.
Totally. And she's like, and my boobs are too.
My boobs are. Beep, 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 beep. And then I love at the wedding, she was like, listen, this is no tea, no shade against Jersey Shore because that's my show. But she's like, oh, the puff is back.
The bump it?
She said
the bump it was crazy work.
Angel was like, oh, is this like a mafia wedding?
Between that and her bridesmaid both had it. And I was like, what gay person doesn't love you? Someone should have stopped you.
Someone should have told you.
Her gay brother should have stopped her.
Should have.
But his hairstyle was not. I'm sorry, not to drag these people. We like them.
This is what our podcast is.
Yeah.
But listen, you gave us great entertainment and I'm very happy for them. I was worried.
Beers on me.
I could understand both of their reservations. And I actually was worried because I was like, I hope they do get married, but I can understand both of their perspectives. One, as the woman, you have your child, you want to keep them safe. You don't want to bring in someone that could potentially leave and hurt them.
Yeah.
Absolutely. From his side, he's like, oh, am I ready to be essentially a stepdad? Which you talk about in the pods, but then there's one thing to have the conversation and there's another to first meet the father.
You didn't meet her for so long.
Yeah, you met the father. And that's the thing. He's like, I have to make sure that this child's not going to like murder me in my sleep and hate me. Right? Right. So but I think that they worked out that in their minds really well and came to a conclusion that like life is better together than apart. Ooh.
Yeah.
I said that, write it down.
Their wedding made me cry because of the little girl.
Yeah, when she cried,
and
I looked over at Angel and he had a tear. And I said, I thought you're not watching
because it's so it's like just so beautiful.
Pure. It was pure.
Yeah, and she was just like happy for her mom. Oh, and so interestingly, you said earlier about how I was like, why do these people go to the end if they think they're going to say no? And then you're like, well, because maybe you see the person, blah blah blah, and that's what happened to him.
Yeah,
he was like not sure, and then he saw it and whatever. Yeah. And so sometimes they go there for the right reasons, and they need to get to the end and decide. I still think many of these people do not do that.
If I was on this show, I would want the entire experiment. I want it to the end. Even if you say no to me, I don't want to have a little cop out the day before, the day of. No, get me the dress and put me at the top, and then let's see.
Well, if we move on, Brittany and what's his face? Brittany, Brittany and Devante.
You're going to Brittany and Devante. Okay, Brittany and Devante.
Because she was like, no, we're not going to the wedding because I bought this wedding dress, and I'm only wearing it once, and it's clearly not for you.
Well, let's start
She was delusional.
Let's start from the beginning. Okay.
So we're talking about Brittany and Devante.
Brittany and Devante. So from the moment the doors opened, she had the ick.
You think so?
She said so. She said, oh, like, I thought he would be taller. He's taller than you, girl.
Yeah, he seemed pretty tall.
He is taller.
He got less attractive to me as the season went by. Because at first I was like, I kind of like a big, wide man.
Like a big, wide
But then the more I looked at his eyes, I was like, I felt like your eyes were getting further apart from his... They were like moving away from his nose every episode.
But she literally said, she's like, it's not who I thought it would be.
And he thought the same, right?
Yeah, but like I maybe
I don't know how
as I skip things. What like his
he said he wasn't necessarily.
Or is he used to like white girls?
Yes, well, because he thinks he's white.
Where?
Ask
Where?
him. Ask him. But that's
fully.
He's like, well, I don't really know who my dad was.
Lied to you.
Yeah, he was like, I don't really know who my dad was.
Your dad's a black man.
Yeah,
someone lied to you.
Yeah, he really was not. He was not giving.
But then Brittany, like, so I love because she's half, like, her dad is black. I don't know if it's background. I think it's Jamaican, and her mom is Colombian. And I was like, I'm feeling very aligned to this.
You're like, wow, this is
right. I'm like, this is who we are.
But but the thing is that he thought she was a white girl because her name.
Yeah, she
has a very white name.
But then
and how she speaks.
No, how she's like, is it because how I talk you thought I was white?
And her name, Brittany, and she has a white last name.
Yeah,
it's like
Brittany is not really a black name or a Spanish name, right? So she's like, oh, but like my dad wanted to call me Liliana, but I would have gone by Lily. I'm like, there sounds like there's a bit of a crisis.
Might be a little bit of internal biases here.
Crisis here, because yeah, you're giving, right? But like, here's the thing for both of them. She is very, what's the word I want to use here?
Delusional
and really needs to get to love herself a little bit more.
Yeah, insecure.
Because she's very insecure because she's like, you don't tell me how beautiful I am 9 times a day. So then I don't know how beautiful I am.
Yeah, there's a bit of self-worth there you need to
and she's
figure out.
Like when you walk past me, you walk past me.
Yeah, she wants them to be obsessed with her.
Yeah, which I get it. Like, I want to, like, it's important to be loved, and that's your love language. I love that. But like, he's saying that the way I show is through my actions. I'm not the person that's going to be like, oh, no, to what you look every day. And he's trying to share that.
Yeah.
But then also, he could do a little bit better. Well, even his actions.
Yeah, my biggest gripe
like a big
this,
guy right here.
Big, huge.
I'm trying to be a
suddenly
big wide
so
guy
attracted
right now.
to you.
Thank you.
Wow. How big is it? I know. You would, for sure. If you were a man, it would be scary.
Yeah.
People would be
small.
People would be stumbling around. Anyways, the point here is that there was no compromise in their relationship.
No.
She was giving up everything because she thought she wanted to be with this man. And then it was just like, even when they're having that conversation at the end where they're like, the prenup, and then they're not getting married, and she's just like, but I know we'll be together. I know we'll be together.
We're still dating.
He didn't say that once.
Yeah, he said we're still engaged. You know, he's still my fiance. Like, I know we'll get there.
He didn't say that once.
Like,
he didn't repeat that one time.
When he said, like, you know, he makes significantly more. Like, and it's okay to, in this day and age, it's okay to say you want to have a prenup. And she's like, well, if I say no, right? It sounds like it's like you're planning for our demise, which is not the case, right? But
also, a prenup only covers what you come into the relationship with beforehand.
Exactly.
Anything afterwards, you would both split. So, like, girl, he doesn't have that much money.
Yeah.
Just say, okay, sure, you're a couple $100,000 you can keep. I did agree with him,
though, that, like, I don't know how I would feel that, like, so you already bought the dress. It's giving, like, desperate.
Well, and
it's giving, I need to get married right now, so I already bought the dress, so, like, I can minimize that timeline in which I need to go buy one.
So I hear you. I thought it was more like, obviously I've never like gone wedding dress shopping myself. My thought of it would have been, it's hard to find the one you want and really like. And so if you do happen to find one, you'd be like, okay, well, I'm going to buy this because I know I'll love this. No,
because you can love a dress, but you not love the dress for that occasion and for that feeling and for that person.
But it may not be for, right?
That's
fair.
And so, like,
I was just like,
and
if
there's
it's
people
great.
that go, like, listen, we watch, like, Say Yes to the Dress. There's people that go to, like, 19 different wedding shops or dress shops to find something, right? But it's part of the, like, the allure and the fun of it. And you're like, okay, I'm engaged. I'm going to beforehand. It's like people that get a dress in a venue
and you don't even
they're not
know
in
the
a
person.
relationship.
Yeah, right.
You're not even in a relationship yet. She wasn't in a relationship.
Yeah,
yet.
she just wanted to be married. It didn't matter to who.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
And I do think he voiced that, and I understand that. But I was more just like, you know, you're trying on clothes and you're like, this is great. I don't know when I'm going to wear it, but
no, that's what you wear for, like, oh, look, I'm going to go out one day with my girls on a Saturday night. Let me get this dress because I'll wear that. Now what I'm going to get married in.
I thought that was just the same thought process, to be honest. I was like, okay, sure. I guess it's very efficient.
Yeah, exactly. But do we think that they will?
No,
so with the reunion, are they together?
No. None of these people are. To be honest, I'm a bit worried that Amber and what's his name won't be together.
I know, because she walks off.
No.
In the like
this one?
Amber and Jordan.
Yeah, I don't think
in the little snippet preview.
Yeah, I don't think they're together. I think that, to be honest, I think what happened was he saw the little girl and had the same thought I did, which is like, I cannot say no in front of her. And so he said yes. So to privately say no. That's my thought, personally. Yeah, and so I just, like, I don't think Emma and Chris will be together. I don't think...
You're fast forwarding.
No, we talked about they were our first people. They will not...
No, they're not together.
They're not together anymore. Not together. And then, yeah, Brittany and Devante are not together. And Vic,
she probably is with child, which she probably already...
Oh, yeah. They're going to wheel them out on, like, a gold wagon.
Triplets already came out of her.
Pew, 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 pew. I'm repopulating the world. Yeah, so no, they're not together.
Okay.
And they didn't, I don't even think they tried after the filming was wrapped up.
No, I don't think so either.
No.
I don't think so either.
She probably did and probably went cuckoo crazy, which is why I'm so excited for the reunion. Because I cannot wait for some of the things these women are going to say, but they're not together.
No. Speaking of maybe together, maybe not together, let's go to Bree and Connor.
Boring.
So, okay.
Dumpster man, and I'm a boss girl who wants an alpha man. Barf.
So
God, it's so boring.
I will give some credit to Connor.
Okay.
Boring as he may be, I think he's a nice guy.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
He's a good guy. Like, I truly believe that he's a very good guy.
And I think he was in it for the right reasons.
I think he was in it for the right reasons. He shared his emotions really well. He was really there for her. So, yeah, I don't have much negative things to get. I actually don't think I have anything negative to speak about him.
So I do.
Okay.
I think the thing about it is that there's an element of, but no, he didn't do anything wrong, but I think he's a bit of a dud.
He's very passive.
Yes, but not in a way that, like, the way that, what's his name? That little evil troll.
We'll get to the
what
troll.
Is his name?
Chris.
The evil Chris troll. I think... What's it? Connor? God, there's so many. The names are all bleed into one. So Connor, Dumpster, we're just going to call him Dumpster Man. Dumpster Man's dudness was that, like...
his name.
The fact that he was just, like, blind to the fact that Brie was kind of not really that into him and that Chris was playing in his face at the same time.
Oh, yeah, Chris
like, that's the kind of stuff that I'm like,
didn't say anything
to a degree, your naivety deserves to be punished.
Sure. But I do think the issue in this relationship is Miss Breezy.
She's too
First and
easy
foremost,
breezy.
Why is every conversation we have to maintain a household? We need to make sure that, like, when people come over, they know where the linens are. We need to have a chore wheel.
Also, his house wasn't that bad. I've seen so much worse.
Honestly, I was like, as a guy's house,
and he owns a home.
I was like, and you own a home, and, like, it wasn't a mess.
No, and he even had a separation of, like, his little streaming world and his work world.
Honestly, I did not see it as that bad at all. But
it needed a feminine touch for sure.
Yes, but she's acting like he lives on the street.
Yeah, in the dumpster.
In the dumpster.
He said, "I sell your home. I'll sell you a home."
That's how she was acting first and foremost, and she just, like, on that last episode when she was talking about, no, let me go back. Actually, let me revert back. I think she was a heavy gaslighter to him. For example, on the train, the way she spoke about him was in, like, always true love and devotion, and you're my person, and you help me understand what love is, and I've never been loved this way. And, like, and then he was like, I could spend a 6-hour train telling you how much I love you. Like, she was feeding into that and vice versa.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until now they're hanging out their house and she's like, I mean, like, when we go to a restaurant and you don't choose for me, like, and you say, what should we eat? That's a problem?
Okay, so this is the thing I just really don't understand.
Why is that a problem? And choose what you want to eat, bitch?
Well, yeah.
You want him to cut it up as well?
Maybe. Feed it, baby bird, feed it into my mouth. Daddy.
Danny.
Yeah, the thing about it is that she's like, I'm such a boss bitch. Like, I've been working hard and you're just not getting, like, all of me. And I just feel so bad, blah, 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 blah. And I just need somebody. I'm like, but girl, that would never work. Like, you in your mind think you want some alpha male. If you also want to be a boss lady, that will ultimately clash in the end. You will not.
Because you cannot be yourself. You can't have two alphas.
You cannot be submissive, and you shouldn't need to be submissive. But you're not going to be able to be docile to somebody, or he's going to be threatened by it, and it's just wrong.
She said the line, the one that, like, Does it trigger me when she was like, and I just don't know if you'll be a liability.
That's maybe the nastiest read I've ever heard to somebody you're in a relationship with. I think you're a liability.
Because like how you dress and all that. I'm like,
a liability.
Dress back. She said a liability.
And that dud of a man just stood there and smiled.
Stood there and took it. And he stood there and took it. And she's just like, you know, like you don't need to have like, you know, high fashion things, but like be important of what you wear. I'm like, yo, you really act like you found this man in the dumpster.
Yeah, but the circuitousness of that, because she was like kind of like shit talking him, and then she was like, but you're so great. I love you so much and you do everything for me. And then she was like, but then we can't get married. And I was like, what?
What?
I thought we were talking about the
going there.
Yeah, I know.
I truly didn't think I don't think he knew.
That was the thing I got ruined, was that they weren't going to be together. But the thing is I only saw one clip of it, and then Eddie and I are watching it, and I was like, I already saw this. And he's like, what was it? And I was like, they're not going to be together. And then we're watching the conversation. He's like, I think you saw him wrong.
Yeah.
And then it kept going and going and going, and then suddenly we're like,
gaslighter. And then, okay, I'm just going to say something.
Go ahead. I have my biggest...
I don't think she's that cute.
She's not that cute to be that crazy.
She's like, okay, no, this is a bad read. I heard it in my head and I'm just going
to say it. Say it.
She's like Miss Piggy's cousin.
She's Mademoiselle Cochon.
Like, first of all, chill with the toner. Not the toner, the self-tanner.
Yeah.
Yeah? But like, she really played in this man's face.
Okay, yes. My biggest gripe about her, and I hated her immediately, was when she sat there twice and had those conversations with Chris. The way after, what was Doctor's name? Because she was incredible. Doctor lady with Chris.
Oh, yeah, we'll get there. What's her name? Jessica.
Jessica? Deserves the world.
The world.
The way Chris spoke to her, then she tells Bree, then he messages her, and then Bree sat across from him in that bar and let him talk his fucking shit for so long. I'm like, you deserve the death penalty.
Exactly.
In Wendy Williams' words, death to all of them. Woo!
The thing, to that exact point, I was like, it's one
I'm just joking, by the way, not death penalty.
No, don't die. It's one thing if you have Psycho Chris, who we will deep dive about momentarily, wants to share his blah, blah, blah about you. You could be like, immediately, you know, Chris, this is actually inappropriate.
Yeah, and I need to step away. I'm engaged.
What she like acts like she's doing, right? But she stays there, just sipping on her drink, listening to him say like, oh, I want to fuck all this stuff, and like she didn't leave.
And she also never spoke up in support of Connor. No, he's a great guy.
Who I chose is I was only going to choose him. There's no chance I was going to live with anyone
not about
else.
Like you can't talk about like if somebody spoke about me like that and I saw that, you best believe there would be trouble for my partner if they did not. What the hell?
And vice versa. I'm like, you say something. What'd you say about Angel?
Not too much, because one more and this glass is about to be in your face. Right. I'm not a violent person, but you cannot talk about my person like that.
Listen, I'm Jamaican. If I need to,
I
need to, right? And so,
but that's when I was like, okay, I actually don't want Connor to be with you.
Yeah,
and I don't trust your.
I didn't trust
you.
I was like, that was super. And then to go back to him that night and be like, oh yeah, he was saying like. She said maybe 1% of all the things he said to her. And then it was like, oh, he's met. And then whilst they're talking, she gets a message from him.
But this is the thing. What about that conversation made him feel comfortable that he could message you like that? You clearly left the door open enough that he thought, I can still do something. So like, to be honest, Connor, you didn't deserve her. In the sense of the way she treated you, but I hope you took this as a lesson to like.
Do you think that they're still together?
My God, I hope not.
I hope not.
I have a feeling. My guess for the reunion is that her and Chris, demon little twink,
are together.
No, but that they like hooked up or like they dated briefly or something after. Like that there was some sort of like thing, because I think she just like wanted to know what was out there, because even at Mexico she kept like, being like, I need to talk to him
about why like everyone's acting like we weren't just all like in relationship and dating and everyone's just having shots. I'm like, because you're with your person already. Why do we need to have like a debrief?
What do you think this is for,
do we need
girl?
to debrief the conversation? Anyways, let's pass them. How breezy she is.
We should just go into Chris and Jessica and end with Satan's.
And end with the Satans.
Double Satan.
So I will be transparent. At the beginning, the first episode, I was like, am I going to like Jessica? She was giving me like Pixie in a way that I didn't.
So this is Chris and Jessica.
Yeah, I didn't know if I was going to like her. Fast forward, really do.
Okay? She needs to be on like all of the other Netflix shows.
Yeah, like she truly Perfect Match, was there for love. Whatever. She, she's
a infectious disease
doctor.
Like,
yeah.
She has a beautiful home.
Yeah, she said, I have a beautiful life.
She has really great values. She's like the exact opposite of Ashley.
Yeah.
She is like the inverse. She's like good Ashley. Because Ashley is evil Jessica.
You think?
Because like blonde, brown hair, good values, smart, doctor, idiot. Like they're like yin and yang. If you put them together into one room, the universe would implode.
Well, I have a statement. Okay? First of all, number one, Mr. Chris, who essentially thinks he's fucking David Beckham out here, right? Looking like a dime plus 99, abs galore, Mr. Triathlon here. Like, have you looked in the mirror? Number one. Number two, you're like, oh, but I would need a girl who does like CrossFit and things.
Pilates every day.
Was she big? When she wore her bathing suit that was like the open, I said, girl, you look like a snack.
I mean, the thing about I don't even know because I'm not sure what show. Who are you speaking of? Are they in the room with us right now?
Yeah, which ones are you finding?
But
the way he had unleashed that conversation with his little gawk on his eye, that he is like, it's just the physical because I'm just used to a woman that's in CrossFit and doing Pilates every day. This girl is trying to cure infectious diseases in a hospital, being a doctor. Where does she have time to go play your little play?
But also, she's fine. Like she looks great. Like what is wrong? Like what are you even trying to get at with something like that?
But she talked about that she's not a gymmer in the pods.
I know this is.
You know what I mean? Like, and so it was.
And he was saying.
Rude.
That that conversation wasn't to end it. What the hell did you think was going to happen?
Wait, what did you think she's going to be like? Well.
Do you know the term negging?
No, give me a little.
It's like.
Because I'm thinking like necking.
No. Negging is like this like dating term that like men will do to women where they'll like say sort of like non-complimentary things, like sort of negative things about them to get the girl to like the guy more because then they want his approval. So he'll say like, oh, you're not very good at this. You're not very beautiful. You're whatever. And they'll be like, oh, but please.
But I can work on it.
Yeah. And so I think he was negging her basically and being like,
she's like,
I could do that to like get his approval. But in reality, she's like,
I'm just going to go.
I have a MD. So you can get
at the end of my
FD.
Literally. And he was shocked. He's like, I don't know why she got mad about that. That I just said that like the sexual tension is not there.
Well, and so the gag outside of the show is that so they mentioned it in it, but that he creates an Instagram account immediately after, posted he goes to the strip club. He uses like an AI image of himself, like he AI'd himself to be hotter, which is so gross. And now the backlash is so bad. Now he's like deleted his
lap and all this stuff.
And he's deleted his Instagram since because
he's
it's so
actually
bad.
Unwell.
He has
Napoleon complex. Girl, you're 2 feet tall and you're not cute and you don't have a good body.
And you have a drinking problem. Why are you getting so drunk and belligerent at these women? Like,
yeah.
Ugh. And the slurring was making me really uncomfortable.
The whole thing was making me uncomfortable. And when he's like, oh, can I still speak to you? And brought her to the side. First of all, I don't know. My girl Jessica, you really didn't need to do that, but that was for the television, right?
Yeah.
But you didn't need to go back and listen to what he's saying. But then, like you said, like to Brie, like, how could you still be actually listening to the words coming out of his mouth for this long?
And that's the thing. And Brie was like, "Oh, Jessica, like we're friends." I'm like, "You're not my friend.
You're not her friend.
You're not my friend."
And then for Chris to go over to Connor and was like, "What's up, bro?" Da-da-da-da. Right after you just tried to steal my girl, which you've said multiple times that you'd rather her to be with you. Disgusting.
Human dumpster.
And I hope that like you get nothing good in your life because you're a horrible human being.
Yeah, the thing is I think that there's a particular kind of person that
would want to fix him.
Mm-hmm, and also a particular kind of, there's some straight men out there that really resonate with that, and I think like would be apologists to him, and I'm like, well, you all deserve whatever
be friends yourself and
dumpster pile you find each other
in.
Speaking of dumpster people, we can move on to the latest and greatest in mega royalty. We have Miss Ashley and Alex, who, okay, so so I have a thought on this, but this would be skipping ahead to the wedding.
Let's skip ahead.
So I really think they both just wanted to be on. They are the prime example of they wanted to be on the show
for the clout.
Example. And I think that she only got to the wedding at the end to embarrass him.
Yep.
Yes.
I was talking about that with KB. She went longer in that speech to like drag him than needed.
And he was like, I disagree. My integrity.
But I was like, read him, whatever.
I don't appreciate her values. I do not respect her as a person.
No.
Everything about her, including her parents, to be honest, look like they're being rotted from the inside, which is what you find with evil people.
Is what you find.
Even that. Okay, so I don't like to speak ill of people, but that nasty woman that was her friend, who looked like the press secretary. She looked like the press secretary for Trump, but like if she ate her twice. That's Miss Piggy's evil twin sister right there. And she has evil in her eyes.
Yes.
They all have evil in their eyes.
One positive thing about her.
Don't.
No, because the only thing, now I'm hearing like Angel in my head singing like, she's pretty, but she has a really big nose, but I'm going to pass that. Right? But
true.
So what happens when you're a liar, right? But as evil as her parents are, I was living for the 21 questions in like Succession.
That's like an evil on evil crime. Yeah. Whereas he's like, well,
where'd your mom live? Yeah. Why is your father not with you? What is your profession? Do you know how to do day trading? What is soccer to you? Like,
so here's my thought.
I'm obsessed with that. As evil it was, but I loved every second.
And they made good for good TV, but I do not want them on.
But did you vote? And then what's it called?
No.
Alex was like, I didn't vote, but I would have voted for Trump. And he's like, oh, don't just say that to just say that. He's like, no, I would have voted for Trump. I'm like,
that was the beginning of the end. The thing about Alex is that he is a grifter and he's homeless. Those are my two theories of that. And that his mom is also a grifter and homeless. That is their family tradition.
Yeah, so
is to scam people. Yeah. And the reason he went on the show was because he was like, well, I don't have a home. They're going to put me in a hotel. Then they're going to put me in Mexico. Then they're going to put me in an apartment. That's 8 weeks.
That's 8
no
weeks.
rent.
8 weeks.
And they're paying.
Correct.
You can day trade Australian dollars all you want, baby.
Baby.
And
like that was so good.
He's just like, and this is the thing, his stories don't line up because they don't
line up. They aren't real. That's the only thing is like with her, like as evil as they are, she caught him in many like lies that he was telling.
But to be honest, I'm like, girl, you deserve it. You deserve this man.
True, right? True. But I was like,
This is what you get for playing.
Saying yes, though. I was like, I still needed her to say no.
Yeah, because we don't want anything for him. Yeah,
but like I wanted nothing good for him. But like I'm gonna say this here right now. Like 85% of Alex's are trash. So
you heard it here first, folks.
So if you're not in the 85,
you know what the URDONE slogan is? You're done. 85% of Alex's are trash.
If you're in
put
the
it right under here.
15% that are good, you are a blessed human. Okay, but 85 are trash. So the moment his name was Alex, I was like, it's about to be an issue. Number one, and like.
The crumbs in his beard, the fluff in his hair, the ill-fitting suit.
So you're telling me that you couldn't brush up your beard and get a little touch-up from the producers of this damn show on your wedding day?
But this is the thing. I think the producers were playing in his face, too. They're like, go ahead. No, you look great. You look great.
Oh, we actually have no mirrors.
Like the lint.
There's nothing to look at.
On his everything. Hideous. Also, his friends, your friends don't respect you or like you.
You don't have friends. You don't have friends. That's okay. That's my first thing of how he looks.
So
Number two, me as a person who is a football fan, okay?
Yeah.
And when I say football, I mean
soccer for
actual
us
football,
North Americans,
football,
yes.
right? But like, it's not coming up in every single damn conversation. He has nothing else to give than these metaphors of like,
all he knows.
That's all he knows.
Yeah.
As you said, as he's grifting, he doesn't know
he's a
anything else.
grifter.
So like every 5
he's
seconds,
not even a soccer coach. Why was that your job title? You don't even have a job.
He put that as a job title.
Unemployed is your job title.
On this, it says a financial sales.
Where?
But then on the show, it said soccer coach.
Because they were like, that's not true. And we can't lie for you.
We can't lie for you.
Baby. We can't lie for you.
That. And then also in the pods, like right before the reveal, his whole speech about, I know what I bring to the table as the shell that I am.
What?
In terms of like hot.
Sure.
I need to have another person that's hot, and then saying, "Oh, she's not your type." No, she's your like that.
Yeah.
You guys look like you'd be together.
Yeah,
and what he really wanted was what's it called? Brittany. I'm used to like dark features.
The messy producers for making them talk.
I know.
Because they were like, let's see if maybe we can stir the pot a little bit.
She's like, oh, but then who said it? It was, what was it? Her name Emma, and she's like, oh, like Alex is really hot.
Yeah,
and like made sure to have like a quick byline of that
mess.
But
you know who I also don't respect? Priyanka.
No, I was there for what she said.
I was glad that she stuck up. But why are you friends with that man? I do not trust a person who is friends with that person.
I feel like she is friends because he even said was in a similar friend group.
What
so
friend
I think
group?
That like maybe
my friend group does not have an Alex. Let me just tell you that right now.
We don't.
There's you will not find even a whisper of that man.
When she was like, "Oh, when you were in Arizona at like your ex's house." And she was still on.
Yeah, she was clocking his lies.
She was clocking the lies, and I was here for that.
Why are you there? Why do you know this man? What's going on?
And the
clout chasers find clout chasers.
The answer is what you said against the Christine and Vic. That it's still a show and needs the drama.
They need it.
That's why they brought her back.
Of course,
for that specific.
And they were like, "Say the thing you know."
And when he was
repeat it.
I'm being like. Bully like the two of your because we're saying facts.
Maybe don't lie.
When she was like, remember when what's her name? I keep forgetting her name. Ashley. She was like, wait. So if you stopped dating in September, but then you saw this other person in October, and then you went back after October. Weren't you then with her?
Yeah, she was doing the Rain Man math.
Yeah,
which was great, and I
did love that.
I was like, okay, come on, insurance girl.
Oh yeah,
claims.
It's a claims
girl. Insurance. That's also another evil job. So
true.
Eddie actually made me stop saying that because he was like, "You said that they're evil enough. We get it." And I'm like, "No, it must be repeated. It bears repeating.
And it's just like I just needed them to get married, and it just like felt."
It's upsetting because they made good TV. They made entertaining. I want to see what they have to say about each other. He's gonna lie through his teeth. She's gonna have had way more. I guarantee she's been inundated with girls probably messaging her on Instagram about he was talking to me. We were sleeping then. Like she's gonna come with
day before the wedding
with one of those when they are like looking for a murderer and the red line thing. She's gonna come out with that and be like, here is the chronological timeline.
Love Island when oh my gosh. It was the reunion and she had the paper.
Yes.
And she was like, well, actually what you said was.
Yeah. It's going to be that. It's going to be that. Yeah, and I will be sad for that.
I'll be seated.
I will be so seated, sad. But I will also be mad.
But it's just like.
No more airtime for you.
Like you said, the evil families, it just like ricochets. Sometimes it's unfortunate that like you are the apple that fell, but you never changed. But there's moments I felt bad for her.
Yes.
I
can have empathy for
her.
Yeah.
And I was like, he's playing in your face. But like the moment when I think she really came to the conclusion, because I think, of course, they had their
She had
quarrels.
little inklings, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think the moment is when he made the little like fireplace for them, and they're like holding hands, and she's like, "So what? Like, what do you want to do for our first Christmas together?" And then like, "What do you want to do for your first birthday?" And then she's like, "So do you have any questions for me?"
He's like, "No." No.
Literally nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing about your life.
He does not care about you. He does not like you.
That was when I think she was like,
he started a soccer podcast. Because that's what they all do. Yeah. Welcome to the effing club.
Yeah. I think that's when she was like, because in her speech, she's like, a year ago, I would have said yes.
Right.
But I don't want to let someone walk all over me anymore. Because maybe in the past, and what a lot of women have done, and maybe this is the same with men, is that like think that you can change them.
Yeah.
And so I think she truly thought I could probably change him.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't until like we've been together on like pretty much for like 6 weeks. And you don't have anything to say to me in terms of what our future will look like.
Well, and they weren't sleeping together, it doesn't sound like. Like,
yeah,
there was
she's
a
like,
lot
I'm very
of...
sexually frustrated.
I'm like, okay.
And he's like, well, you're just going to do it now?
T, I heard, we'll find out in the reunion, was that she was actually sleeping with her ex during part of this.
Ooh.
So, like, she might not have a leg to stand on, which will make it even more incredible for a reunion, because it's like, well, so you're just as bad as he is. You're just as bad as he is. Like, maybe you pieced it together and you're a little bit smarter and cleverer than him, but you're not necessarily a dream to be around either. So we'll see.
We'll see.
Wow. This felt cathartic.
It did.
Honestly,
it did.
I needed to get some of this.
I'll just throw out an honorary mention.
Sure, yes, please.
Of what's their names?
Yeah, we haven't.
Taylor,
Kevin,
and what's her name? What's her name? Hold on.
Kia?
Yes, Kia. This man thought he could play in the face of 2 Black women and they would not like clap back at it. No, thank you. But like Taylor's like, I'm leaving. Actually, redo, went back. That was the first mistake. But then asking him, make a choice. He made the choice and then be like, but have you told the other girl yet? But like, we haven't stopped the conversation yet.
No. Well, and
then the other one said, he tried to act like, my first just left. But then I'll go say like to the other one. She's like, no, I choose myself.
Yeah. I lived for the way that played out.
Yeah.
That he got left by both girls by being super indecisive, because that is truly the world that you live in.
Yeah.
If you cannot, you will never be able to make the right decision or the perfect decision. You can make the best informed, you can make the one that makes the most sense at the time, and then you just have to stick with it and see how it goes. But if you just play in these people's faces,
played in their face,
both of them will leave you. And I thought that was a very great lesson.
Yeah.
And the best of the pods I've seen in a long time when that stuff plays out that way, because after the first girl left and he went back to Kia, and I was like, I hope she leaves him too.
Yeah.
And she did. And I was like yes, mama.
Yeah.
Listen to AD from a previous season of Love is Blind has reality checks. Listen to her podcast with them, because that is an incredible expansing on that. But yeah, they are for sure an honorable mention. And what a wild...
They didn't make it out of the pods, but I needed it to mention.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you just need to see girlhood be like, I choose me.
Do you think, so I thought it was really interesting and I thought it was good. Do you think they gave it a lot of airtime also because they realized they had no Black contestants, basically?
Yeah, but
like that they were like, there's no Black couple. Like they have Brittany and Devante, but Devante's not really...
Yeah,
so that they sometimes they're like giving
the
diversity.
Though, there's a lot of diversity, just not a lot of people that had screen time. I think sometimes I get, for example, if I hear typically a Black person, like a Black man, I can tell you're a Black man, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like, I feel like the whole point of this is Love is Blind. So but like a lot of times I almost feel like they try to push the Black people together.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And that has happened in multiple seasons, right? Because if the whole thing is supposed to be like to go outside of the... right?
You don't...
Sometimes it feels forced to me.
Yeah.
Now, if it ends that way, Black love, we love it.
Yes,
right?
of course.
But sometimes I'm like,
Well, and that's why I'm asking this, because sometimes I think they're like, oh, people are going to think Ohio is super white, so we need to like throw in some, like, it was great TV, but sometimes it feels, and this was not the case, but sometimes I'm like, I think that you actually just need to cast more diversely.
And like when I scroll through this season, there's like,
but then how is it that the
United
only people...
Colors of Benetton, right?
Okay, but
how is it the only like Black people who found each other? Like, what
exactly.
Are you trying to say? Exactly.
And then also, the only Black man in this really gets no airtime. This is my problem.
That part.
This is my problem.
That part.
You didn't even let him go to Mexico.
And it was the best relationship too.
Exactly.
Yeah,
you
that
didn't.
Part.
This is why I'm like,
Producers.
don't... Yeah. Hire me.
Producers,
I would fix this show. We're gonna do Love Is Blind, Have and Have Nots, Brendan's Ultimate Ugly Edition.
Yeah, I want it to be like all the girls are hot and like guys all go, or vice versa.
Yeah.
Like I want it to be like,
yeah. So it's not like the hot people can't find each other.
Yeah, the hot people can't find each other.
Beauty and the Beast. That's I think what we called it. Love Is Blind, Beauty and the Beast.
This was good.
This was good.
And this will like comes out on Tuesday, and then tomorrow essentially is when we'll have the reunion.
So this is a perfect primer.
Yeah, perfect primer.
Yeah.
And we'll throw up some clips of the reunion because I think it'll be juicy.
And so if you've been listening to us for a while and you love us and you would like to see us in real life, we have some very exciting stuff. We'll be posting about it on social media, but we'll probably share it in our next episode.
Yeah.
But we'll have a live thing that you can come and see us at.
We'll be on location.
Live on location. In Toronto with a very exciting and cool opportunity.
Absolutely. I'm really gooped and gagged.
Well, thank you so much for listening. Is love blind?
I think it's blind, but then has restrictions afterwards.
Tell us what you think. And we'll see you for season 11, Love Is Blind.
Beauty and the Beast.
Barbadoo.
Beauty and the Beast.
Beauty and the Beast. Beast. Okay. Bye. Bye.